All right, guys, welcome back to the Team Podcast. All right, so we got week 1 of VCT down. So we didn't know this. It turns out it's a 6-week event.
Yeah, I don't see how or like why or how they have 6 weeks worth of like content. Like
So
there's not that many teams.
it's what, 6 teams? So it's 12 teams in total, 6 teams in each group.
Yeah.
So they all have to verse each other once. But it's like, how do you make an open bracket 2 weeks long, 3 days or 4 days each? Then you would have the groups 1 game a week. Wouldn't you want to do like, I don't know if they're not in a rush or something, but they have it like make it 2 times.
Well,
like,
do they have the date for like when the actual like championships are supposed to be?
So they didn't announce Masters yet. It's rumored to be around April, Masters. So like all of March 6th, I think it's like March 16th or 13th. It's like the end of groups.
Okay.
And then we actually have the actual playoffs to where the teams go and play, like do the playoffs and qualify for Masters, which is still bullshit. It's only 12 teams that qualify all regions. That's
in
like
all regions.
all combined regions is only 12. So only 2 teams from NA, which is like Masters 3, you had 16 teams. Why couldn't you have the same thing here? But I don't know. I don't make the rules here.
Well, I mean, this is like the first, like essentially they started the cycle over though from like last year. So it's not like Masters 3, it's really like Masters 1 from.
Yeah. So because Masters 1 last year was just a regional thing.
Yeah.
So nobody really counts that as a master. I mean, yes, you won Masters, but nobody.
It wasn't like the world title.
Yeah, Masters 1 for everyone last year was like, I think just like an introduction more than anything. Masters 2 and 3 were the real thing. I'm be honest with you, I heard they were gonna do how was it, franchise, like how League does it.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not, in my opinion.
I mean,
because you have right now, for example, TSM, they're not good right now, but they get to buy their way in compared to a team like the Guard or like.
Yeah, I guess that does kind of suck because like League, I think it works in League because like it's so established as an esport and like there aren't really that many small teams playing in like LCS and stuff. But like for Valorant, I feel like a lot of these like small teams are kind of thriving. So yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
I mean, it's not going to be anytime soon. They were doing talks of it. Like Riot kind of did talks with the owners of like EU and NA and all that, but I don't. It's good. Franchising is good on hindsight, but then you're giving all these smaller orgs like the Knights, KCP, and all that. Just like, what are they going to do? Just to play in these other tier 2 tournaments? Like it's run more like CS:GO than anything.
Yeah, it's kind of like gatekeeping the big events.
Yeah, which is like, I don't understand. I mean, yeah, but now like you see like TSM is like, all right, now we're gonna start actually playing at these tier 2 tournaments and all that. But then it's like
TSM realized that they should probably practice before they go into a tournament.
Speaking of practice, Sentinels have. I mean, I don't know if I've yet to know if this is a meme or not, but they don't practice. Yet they still won against NRG, who still practice and went to these 2.
What, they don't like scrim?
They don't scrim.
They just like play rank by themselves. And
yeah, apparently, I don't know how much truth that is, but almost every pro is like, yeah, they don't really practice. So, and then like someone was like, Hayes was saying like, yeah, they don't practice. So that's why he was like, I think on stream today, he was saying that he's like, it's kind of annoying that someone like Sentinels, if they qualify, yeah, they dominate NA region, but if they go against like EU or like any other region who are actually practicing, who feel like a more dominant team, they're gonna get smacked. So he's like, he doesn't feel like Sentinels should qualify just because they don't practice. If they practice, I don't even know how much better they would be if they did practice.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they don't feel that they need to practice because like obviously they're winning and they're like their team synergy seems good. Like it doesn't seem like everyone's playing for themselves either. It's not like when like Ten's first joined Sentinels and shit, and he was kind of just like, I hold W and I shoot people and we win the tournament. Like it doesn't, like watching them, it doesn't seem like they're like kind of just solo queuing. Like it seems like they have good synergy, so I guess maybe they don't feel like they're suffering if they don't practice.
But what is that gonna bite them in the ass? Because we got something against NRG, they lost Fracture, right? And it's like, wait, oh shit, now they're showing. But then they won against Haven, and then they dominated like 13-3 in buying map 3. So it's like I don't get it. It's like they even without, I mean, I guess NRG, yes, it's like they're not going against like Cloud9 or Xset yet. I get that. But it's just like, how are they still dominant if they don't practice? Like, it's crazy to me. So, but it's like other pros are like complaining. It's like they don't practice, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, look, but they're still winning. Like,
Yeah. I think people are just upset because, like,
they're still the best team.
Well, Sentinels, they're just like, they got a lot of gifted players. That's really what it is. Like,
everyone knows the role. So, like,
I mean, I'm not saying they're fucking, like, lucky or anything, because obviously they're all good if they don't need to practice and they're still winning. But I think it's just, like, the natural talent that is just on that team is just kind of ridiculous. But, yeah, then definitely when they versus, like, EU and, like, other regions, that they kind of get put in their place. But
yeah. Oh, we saw that.
I don't think they shouldn't qualify if they don't practice. I think everyone else just has to like step up their game.
Yeah, it's like yeah, like they don't practice, but then go beat them. If you're practicing, you're still going to these tournaments, you're getting reps in as a team and all that chemistry, the synergy. It's like, then why can't you beat them? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like just like we shouldn't. I understand complaining; it's annoying, it's frustrating, but in the same time, it's like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think that's what like straight up that's what the mentality right now. Everyone was saying that they should have a roster change, but it's like, I mean,
like they're good.
They're good.
They're better than most of the teams in NA.
It's like who's gonna replace who? You know what I mean? It's like I think they're so well adjusted with each other. It's like they don't want to play with anybody.
Like they
else.
play like a group of friends, and that's really like I think why they're so good. Like you see some of these teams, and like you see some of their like comms when they post them on YouTube. They're playing it like. I mean, yeah, they're playing it like it's VCT because it is VCT.
Yeah.
But like Sentinels, they seem like they're like they just have fun with the game.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I think that's what people underestimate. It's like, yeah, you're supposed to have fun, just loosen up. Because I feel like when these teams like tighten up, it's like get like too tight and they're like, okay, guys, let's focus. Like, no, like loosen up. Let's remember, you're still like, remember your profession. You want to like enjoy your time while you're there.
You play a video game. It's literally like that sounds like I'm discrediting esports, but like
we're not. We're just saying it's like
you're playing a video game. Have fun.
Like yeah, while you're there, like enjoy your time there. Like have fun. Enjoy like it like that's what we're saying to do, because it clearly it's fucking working for them. So that's what's good about that. I think it reminds me of like I was watching like when I was watching League. It's like when G2 was dominating in 2019 in League. Mm-hmm. It's just like you see their comments, but they're all like all laughing, like they're losing, but they're still like laughing and chilling.
Like,
and all
yo,
that.
look at this guy.
It's like yeah, it's like what the fuck? It's like you guys are losing in group stages, but you guys are like chilling, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? So it's like if the most dominant league Western League team ever can do that and still win,
yeah,
it's like every team should like notice, like, hey. Why not? It's like I mean, it looks like TSM. I mean, like Sabrosa said, he's like he got offered from other team, but he wants to play with Wardell because he's like he has better synergy with them. He likes it. He enjoys.
He likes the energy that he has.
It's like people underestimate that. It's like like why you can't just put 10s in a team and expect that team to be good, right?
Well, like when he started on C9, he was saying I don't really synergize with these people, and then when I got moved to Sentinels, he's like I feel like at home with them. So I mean like.
Chemistry is more than anything. It's like a crew. Nobody in that like everyone is like good on that team, but no one is like exceptionally dominant like a TenZ or like a Yay. But they just play well with each other.
Yeah,
and that's why they're so good. It's like the same guy with the Envy guy or now Optic. The Optic guys is like they pick. Honestly, I kind of like the name. I don't know what you think about like going from Envy to Optic. You want to like I don't know if you like grew up watching COD like with these like the Optic name and all that.
Well, I mean, I watched like. COD and stuff when I was like 13, 14. I mean, it was fine, but like, first of all, I've always been more of a phase guy in the COD scene than an Optic guy. So like, but I think, I don't even know. I think it just comes from like, I remember when phase and Optic first came into like CSGO and stuff. Because and everyone was like, yo, go back to COD. You're not like a real org or whatever.
Yeah.
I think part of me just still feels that about like the new, like even though this is like 5+ years later, it's like I don't know. I think
you still think of them as like a COD org.
Yeah, I mean like we're probably gonna get shit for that, but like
It's good to be no. By the way, we don't think that like what they're doing right now is fine. Like how Optic now merged with Envy and FaZe is like thriving with other esports. Like we're not saying it's bad.
Like,
it's just like where
FaZe is cool. It's shit. It's just that like when I think FaZe, I think of like Call of Duty, or I think Optic, I think of like MW2.
Yeah, no, like that's what I'm saying because that's where they came from.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad thing that we think that. It's like we grew up like not the young like people who are 13.
Dude, how are you getting a call on the podcast?
I'm sorry,
call them.
Call them back. I'll put them on speed. That's probably spam. I think it's not a bad thing. It's like TSM fans growing up watching TSM. Like they're a league team, but now you see them having Rainbow, Apex, Valorant. It's like probably to them is a bit weird because they're a league team. They started with league, so it's common for that to happen, and it's weird. But then it's just weird me seeing Optic on Valorant. It just I don't know. It's gonna be a hard adjust to me in my opinion. I miss Optic. I like Optic as an org. I like the owner Hex. He's like a chill ass dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's like one of the best owners because of how chill he is.
Yeah.
But it's just weird to see that from now on. I don't know. It's a hard adjust in my opinion.
I mean, it's good for the Envy people because that means they're probably getting more money.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't know how the contract. I think so. Like they're an equal partner.
So they're. It's not like Optic just bought Envy. They're like merged.
Like they're just same thing.
Like it's Optic Envy. It's not Optic.
Yeah, it's Optic Envy, and then like the logo is Envy with green or brick by brick now.
Mm-hmm.
So like I understand it, but so like for Rocket League, don't they have an Envy team? For fighting, they have an Envy team. They have an Envy players for fighting.
Mm-hmm.
For CS:GO, I think there's Envy still has a CS:GO team, but then for COD and Halo and Valorant now Optic. So it's just weird to me. In my opinion, like how they keep balancing that. It's like, all right, are they not gonna change Rocket League now to Optic? Are they gonna have like are they gonna pick up an Apex team and name it Optic? It's like, how is that? I don't know how that works.
I think it's strange that they make Optic a CS:GO or not a Valorant team. I feel like the Envy logo or the Envy name fits better with the more like traditional types of esports, where the Optic one should kind of be saved for the less traditional esports.
Quote unquote, yeah.
So like COD, Halo, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, like I think Rocket League could fit in that category.
As a traditional?
Rocket League as a non-traditional esport.
You saw the major was in LA.
Yeah,
it's with full audiences and everything, bro. I want to go, but that shit got sold out. I think I saw it. It got sold out in 2 days.
Yeah,
and I was like, fuck.
Do you see how much tickets were? Because for Rocket League, it's usually cheap as hell.
How much was it?
I don't know. But like when I went, when it was in Newark, you got a 3-day pass and it was like $35 for 3 days.
What?
And it was like the event was from like noon to like 8 p.m.
So
for Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Because the thing is, I was looking up the league because you know how Worlds is NA and in New York, it is semis and quarters. And in New York, so semifinals and quarters are in New York. It's a week-long event, so it's like I low key want to pay for a whole week and just go every day for a week, but like it's gonna be fucking. It's probably gonna be expensive as hell because one, it's gonna be in Madison Square Garden. It's in New York, so but like it's like stuff like that. It's like fuck. Like I wish more things were in the East Coast, but because of Riot and LA as a state and like California as a state because of LA. It's like everything is always in LA. It's always LA because like Riot's HQ is in LA. LA is just more popular. It's just everybody lives in LA. It's like fuck, man.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's just a product that the gaming industry is more based in LA than it is in New York, just because it's cheaper. So like because of that, there's more people.
They're missing out if they're not doing more stuff in the Eastern area.
Literally just like New York City. I don't know why they don't have more stuff. Like even when they had the Rocket League shit here, it was in Newark. It wasn't even in like New York. It wasn't at like MSG or something. It was in fucking Prudential Center in Newark.
Last year the LCS finals was supposed to be in Prudential, but then they canceled it because of COVID. It's like fuck, man.
But I don't get why they do that, because like Prudential's like, yeah, it's a hockey arena and it's not like small, but it's not like MSG.
Yeah, it's like a good amount of people. You get dedicated people. It's easier to handle. I don't get why they just don't do more stuff in the East Coast. You're missing out on so much shit on the East Coast because, like, in my opinion, and then you see all these like esports influencers, all these pros leaving LA because they just don't like the area they're living in. they moved to Texas, they moved to like somewhere in the East Coast, somewhere like else, but because like LA is a shit show. Why would you want to have shit in LA? I get your for Riot, your HQ is there. I get that, but you should have more shit in the East Coast. You're missing a huge chunk of the audiences. That probably a lot of them have never been to an LAN event because that shit's like a nice experience. Because everything is held in the West. That's why I like League is like what they did is like a NA travel where they go first goes New Mexico, then it would go Canada. I think it's Toronto or Montreal. And then it would go from New York, and then the world's finals would be in LA. That's because we're Riot AQ, which I like.
They do it like a tour rather than like one event.
Yeah, depending on like how far your team goes, you would go in different spots. But it's just like it's annoying because I don't get. I want to know when the first Valorant NA is gonna happen because I feel like it's gonna be in LA just because they want to be safe. But in the same time, it's have it in LA, but it's best to have it in a place where not much is going, so you can have more people in it.
Also, you want to have it where more people are gonna be there.
I understand that too, but like you're hitting a region where like not many people, like not many esports events happen. The East area of NA, rarely anything happens there. It's like always the finals, or like it's like once every couple years you have something there. Like we almost had the LCS final Prudential, got canceled. We haven't had the
That's so unfortunate.
We haven't had the Rocket League, the Prudential for Rocket League. What was that? 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like what the fuck. You know what I mean? It's like even with COVID, like the East area I don't think so. It's that bad. I've checked it. It's not that bad compared to the West. So I don't get why you're having even more stuff in the West than compared to the East. But the good thing is, because the LCS finals, I think this year it's supposed to have in Texas, and in the NRG Stadium, and I low-key want to go. But it's just travel.
I feel like Texas is like such a fucking stupid spot to like do it. Like, yeah, there's stuff in Texas, but like there's a lot of people on the East Coast and there's a lot of people on the West Coast. Why would you have it in Texas?
I think because like it's in between, so like everybody from the East.
Yeah,
and the
but
West
it's like it's like if I'm willing to fly out to like Texas, I would may as well I'll just fucking fly out to LA,
Yeah, that is another thing as well.
I think it's just whack.
It's just and that's why it's like even like Comic-Con, like all that stuff. Like I think that's the only ones that ever happen in the New York area, like Comic-Con, TwitchCon, sometimes like that. They happen in the New. But like when it comes to esports events, it's in the West, and that's kind of bullshit because like I talk to so many people. It's like I live in the East, I live in the Northeast or in the South, and they're like, nothing happens there. Everything is always in the West, which I feel like more esports. You're missing an opportunity for having more stuff in the East because you'd be surprised how many esports fans are there, and that would love to go there.
Yeah,
because like there's so many, like even people who are not even huge esports fans, it's just an event. It's something like in New York, you are guaranteed sold out shit in New York, but.
Yeah, there's like
I don't
billion people in fucking the New York area.
Yeah, right? It's like, I don't get it, but hopefully soon, because like, I'm getting bored of like no events happening here. I kind of want to go to one.
It's fun.
Yeah. No, if anybody had like the opportunity, I think I might just solo it. I might just go to LCS and just go to fuck it in Texas. That shit's like gonna be fun as hell. It's gonna be poggers.
You gotta play more League before you do that.
Yeah. I'll go in. Someone who has...
The meta's shifting.
Yeah, Jenna top with Smite. What the fuck is that? Can we talk about that real quick? Like, what the fuck?
Well, it's used as a strategy to trick the game into thinking that the winning team is losing. Because how it works is like the Janna just roams the entire game. So like whoever the top laner is, they just get to farm CS. They get the tower first and whatever because you're just never there. And the game sees it as, oh, top lane is down 150 CS or whatever. They're down 2 towers. So when the objective bounty system comes in, where if like you're losing and you get like the dragon or you get a tower or you get Baron or something, your whole team gets bonus money for that. So if the game thinks that you're losing because you're down 2 towers, even though like say everyone else on your team is fed as fuck, the game still thinks you're losing. Yeah. So then when you get one of those objective bounties, then you get even farther ahead. So it's literally it's not necessarily that Janna top is like super busted. It's just that like it the game is coded in a way that like it fucks with like the mind of the game, and it's really funny like watching
Mm.
like pros or like high level people play. They're like, this is fucking ridiculous, or we're literally losing, but somehow they just claimed a 600 gold objective bounty for fucking nothing.
Yeah, but like, how would you like remove that? Like, what would you do? Like,
So
make it like you can't top laners are not allowed smite. Like, how would you do that?
so how they've suggested, or people have suggested doing that, is because when you do that strategy, the Janna will run the support item, which is Spell Thief's Edge, and what it does is anytime you damage another champion, you get 20 gold, and that's what like supports get, so that they can, because supports you don't farm minions, so you get your gold by attacking other champions.
Hmm.
So what people have suggested doing is make it so only one person can buy the support item, but then people are like, oh, well, like, then people who are trying to grief my game are gonna buy the support item not as the support, and the support's gonna be fucked and shit. But it's like,
Something like that is hard to ban though. Like, it's hard.
yeah,
to
it's hard to do that. And then like,
I think they did that.
if you make the jungler the only one who, or like, if you can only limit smite to one person on the team in the game, you're able to like swap roles with people and shit. So like, if you swap the role and like they didn't code it properly or whatever, then like the jungler would not have smite or whatever.
Yeah.
It'd be really
I think
unfortunate.
because I saw one team in LCS. It was like literally the first week of LCS. I don't know. I forgot which team they did that, but I think they lost, right? But they ran that, and it was the most cancerous shit to ever run.
It turns the game into a fucking fiesta.
Like, essentially, you're going to go up against two junglers. Your jungler is 1v2ing the whole time, and then your top laner is just idle. He just idle. I mean, yeah, he levels up faster, and yeah, he moves up. He like buys item faster, but if your like your jungler is getting fucked, he's getting like, what can he do at that point?
Mm-hmm.
If he goes for jungle, he's getting 2v1. If he's going for if he just helps minions, he's losing his jungles. So at that point, that's the only thing I can say. Like, only one person on the team can have smite, and if you switch roles, you can switch it. That's the only thing I can think of, or like that's what I would say.
But see, like, you don't even really need to run like smite for it to work. Like, the smite is just like a bonus because you can like steal objectives and shit, but like you don't need to run smite for it. Like, you could run like flash ghost or like flash ignite or some shit and then just gank the whole time and ignite people. And like the if you didn't have smite, the strategy would still work very similarly.
Yeah, but
it's so annoying.
They're like temporary or like band-aid kind of fix was just make Jenna shit. But it's like, yeah,
but Jenna, then you wouldn't be able to play her support.
Yeah, it's like that doesn't fix it. She's still gonna be picked top lane. That's not her thing. It's the thing is that the other team can get gold so much quicker than you. It's like, it makes no sense. Which I'm surprised. Like, I still don't know how Riot has treated Valorant in League so differently. In some, it's crazy. Like, I don't know if I think I'm probably League is harder to balance. I get that, but it's just crazy night and day how they're treating it. Well, Valorant, the second the Ares meta happened, in a week that shit was just like nerfed.
Well, that's the thing. Like, the Valorant dev team is different than the League dev team, 100%. But also, like, I forget who it was, but there is some interview with like League developer, and this wasn't even about the Jenna top thing. Like, they're like meta things that people have been complaining about for years, and they're like, you don't understand, like, yeah, we know some things might be annoying or whatever, but it's like, if we change certain things, the game is gonna break. Like, yeah, there are some things that are annoying and might seem overpowered, but there are workarounds to everything. And like, it's like, oh, if we nerf this, then it's gonna make XXX and like whatever obsolete, because like some champions thrive better with other, like they synergize better with others. Whatever, so they're like, oh, we can't just like delete this person or whatever, because then it's gonna, the other champions in the game are gonna suffer. So I think I mean, also there's 150 people in fucking league, and there's what 20, almost 20 people.
Yeah, we're almost up to 20. So that's why it's crazy because when Yoru came out, after a week everyone knew he was shit, and then they didn't touch him. They were like, all right, still one of the funniest things. They don't have enough resources to fucking buff him. That's still one of the all-time best quotes I've ever heard Riot say.
The problem with that is like everyone knew Yoru was shit, so his pick rate was like so low. Because like it
was 0% in both Masters. I think in Masters, one team picked him for one map, but every minus that he was not picked at all.
Exactly. So like the reason, what I think they mean is by we don't have the resources to fix him is like if someone's bad in the game or whatever, they could see like based on matchups and whatever who's strong against him, who's weak against him, and then maybe they could tailor it to that. But if nobody's playing him at all, there's no data.
Yeah.
You know? So like I think people misinterpreted we don't have the resources to fix him as we don't have the money, which like is fucking, that's stupid. But like I understand that it's like me, if I'm like, I don't know, working on a song for like I'm mixing a song for somebody or whatever, and they're like, I don't really like it, and you're like, well, why not? And then they're like, I don't know, I just don't like it. It's like, well, then you can't fix anything about it. You know,
it's like they don't have enough data to see like what is wrong with this.
Exactly. Agent. So like I don't think they literally meant we don't have the resources to fix him. I think what they should have said is he's not being played enough for us to know what's wrong with him.
Or we don't have enough data on him to see what
was
wrong with him. I think that's where they fucked up, because I saw some of the people on Twitter. It's like, the fuck, you guys are $1 billion company. What do you mean you guys don't have enough shit?
It definitely wasn't like we don't have the manpower or we don't have the money or whatever. It was we don't have the data is what they should have said. Yeah.
Which I understand, but I don't know if you saw his rework, like all of it come out. So if anybody didn't know, his rework, how it works is his ultimate is now, while he's in his ultimate, you can't see him, right? His footsteps are loud, so you can hear him, but you can't see him even if you're close to him. You can throw flashes and use all your abilities while you're invulnerable. So you could throw flashes, you could throw fakes, you could do all that while you're happen. But the thing is, your footsteps are louder and the timer is slower. So like while you're in ultimate, it's slow. It's like much faster. So like you
don't have as much time.
Yeah, you don't have as much time. So you're like, it runs out fast. Which is like, all right, you know what? That's a good balance. What's fucking crazy is his teleport and his fake footsteps. His footsteps it's him. It's just literally him walking, or like him like a normal.
It's similar to like the whatever in Apex, like Hollow, whatever.
Oh, it's a Mirage. Think of it as like Mirage in Apex, where like he throws his thing and he's just running. It looks like him, but he's just in a straight line. Nothing's happening. So with him, is if he's in a straight line, he just walks, right? But the thing is, if you shoot him, only the enemy team gets flashed. Even if they shoot him and everything, the enemy team is the only team that gets flashed, and you guys don't. So you have to be cautious if you're shooting him.
Oh, so you could kind of like throw him in, and then if they try to dome him, they get flashed, and you just run him behind it?
Yeah, and then he makes a noise where you're flashed, and then it's like, fuck.
That's actually kind of fucking insane.
So then everyone's like, oh, so I'm going to fake it. I'm going to make it look like I threw a bot, but I'm the one who bot. Like, no. It's obvious. Like the way the dummy is fake, it looks like it's like he's highlighted blue. So of course he's a dummy. He looks exactly like it.
But it's like off like reaction or something.
Yeah. It's
if you misclick or whatever, you could fuck your whole team.
Yeah, if you're like too jittery for like someone who's lower elo, and if you guys just shoot him, if you shoot anything that you see, it's like fuck. You got just flash your whole team.
So they're making him a low elo destroyer.
Yeah, essentially, Yoru's gonna be
like what fucking Neon kind of is.
Yeah, and then so quote our friend Gompers, fucking just shoot him in the head. If she just zaps you, just shoot her in the head. Yeah. She's a one shot, right? So it's still like that, but in the same time, also, I'm sorry, his teleporter, how it works is you teleport faster, right? So like when you get out of it, you teleport faster, and then like the travel distance is 20% faster. The thing is also with it is you can fake it. So if you flash and then you fake TP, they'll look behind him. It's like, oh, he's TP. No, I'm still walking in. So they're making him like very beefed up. And then all the pros are talking. It's like everyone was asking. It's like, hey, is he broken? Some of them is like, he's a good agent now, or he's not that good still. They said the same thing about Chamber. Hey, Chamber's not that good, but now you see him being fucking picked over Jet in some
Well,
maps.
see, now I think he's gonna be like a Chamber or like a Reyna, where the agent is only as good as you are, essentially, because like you gotta have the outplay gene if you want to play Yoru now. You can't just like, it's not like a Killjoy or something where you put the util down and it kind of plays the game for you. Like
Yeah.
the agent is gonna be as good as you are, rather than he sucks, or
That's what I'm saying. So that's why it's like,
for Chamber, it's like if you can't dome people with a deagle or kill people with the
Yeah.
up, then he sucks.
Chamber is like essentially like if your aim is good, you're good.
Yeah.
So that's what it strictly relies on your aim for
And
your.
same with Reyna and shit. It's
Yeah. Like everyone's saying, like Reyna is annoying to play with. Like, yeah, but if you're if you know how to aim, she's a basic agent. She's the easiest agent in the game. That's fine.
Yeah.
But it's like something like Yoru. Like now you have like he's not all just flash teleport. Now you can actually.
There's outplay potential. With
Yeah,
him.
100%. And I mean, I believe it's gonna be tomorrow. His buff, like the patch note's gonna. I believe it's tomorrow. And if it comes out tomorrow, because everyone's still praying that Astra gets nerfed as well, because we have not seen anything about Astra getting nerfed, because that agent's fucking annoying to play, and she's boring, and then everyone agrees that she's the worst agent to play against, play with, play as, like, it's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So we're hoping for her to get nerfed, because she's not the best at all as well with that. Because I don't want the game to turn out like League, because I think the beginning, they said their ideal agent pool was about 30 to 40. They shouldn't make it more than 30 to 40, in my opinion. I don't know if that's what they had initially when they made League, was like, oh, we're only going to have, like, 50 champions, now they have 150. So
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to do that. Did you apply for the Champions queue in League?
I didn't.
You have to be minimum Grandmaster.
Yeah, fuck that. Bronze 3, best support in NA.
Best
Easy.
Cypher NA.
Best Cypher NA. Best Yoda NA in Star Wars Battlefront.
You think they're making another game for that?
I hope they do.
Didn't they announce they were making one? Or they just didn't say anything after that, right?
I have no idea. All I know is if that comes out, I'm gonna be the best yogurt in NA. And I got some good yogurt.
Yeah. Now,
I'm still being held to that. If I ever hit Immortal in Valorant, I'm changing my name to Best Yoda NA.
And I think that's enough. Yeah, you can. That's long enough now, because like they have a number,
Character limit.
Yeah, so they have that as well. You playing? Oh, you're gonna be gone. I don't even know how we're gonna record the podcast when Elden Ring comes out. You're gonna be AFK for like a week.
Yeah, I took off work that Saturday and Sunday.
What'd you tell your boss?
Well,
what'd you tell?
So without being too TMI, I got that endoscopy thing on the Monday.
Yeah.
And like something that I have to do is I have to like drink laxative so I could like clean my body out. So I told him Saturday and Sunday I can't come in because I'm gonna be shitting water for 2 days straight. And he's like, sounds good.
So do you have like you literally took a week off though? Like in total it's about a week, or only total those 2 days?
No, I don't, like game comes out Friday. I didn't take off Friday. I don't know if I'm gonna get put on the schedule. But if I do, I'll go into work. I don't care. But then Saturday, Sunday, I'm not doing anything but playing fucking Elden Ring.
Oh, because you've been on the Discord. I've seen it like 11 days, 10 days.
I've been counting it down in my Discord bio.
Oh, you showed me how to play Dark Souls yesterday. Shit was like the game is actually really nice, and like it looks nice for a game that came out 2016.
Yeah.
I thought they made a remaster. Was it Dark Souls 1?
Dark Souls 1 remaster.
Why are they doing a remaster for Dark Souls 3?
Well, because the game's only like, well, I mean, now it's like 5 years old. But when they came out with Dark Souls 1 remaster, that was in 2018, I think.
Okay.
Dark Souls 1 came out in 2011, I think.
Yeah.
I don't really think Dark Souls 3 needs a remaster. I think it looks fine.
And then we don't talk about Dark Souls 2. Yeah,
bad game.
Yeah, we don't talk about that game.
Don't play Dark Souls 2, bad game.
Yeah, just play 3. Yeah. Oh, I should start streaming that shit too. I forgot, bro. Like, I can't believe I beat the first boss. Yo, Ennis, you might struggle a little bit with the first boss. Third try. I'm a G. Played Bloodborne. Different game, but I'm a G.
I mean, when you get later in the game, there are gonna be people that you're not gonna like. Or you can fight. There's a section in the game where it's the opening section, but it's like the sky is black, and Gundyr is there again and you fight him, but he's beefed. He's an optional boss, but like you fight him and his moveset, he's like people call him Champion Stundyr in the Dark
What?
Souls community because he hits you once and he just keeps fucking swinging. So every time you stand up, he keeps hitting you.
What the fuck? So you can't like move? So you have to
Yeah.
beat him flawlessly.
I mean, you don't have like he gives you windows, but like the man's a menace.
Was it the first Dark Souls where you have like the guy where you have the two bosses, the big one and the fast one?
Yeah.
Is that the first? So
Yeah,
it's like,
that's Ornstein and Smo from
Yeah.
Dark Souls 1.
so is it like that? Is he like that kind of difficult? Is he up to them that kind of difficult?
Nah, so there's only one boss in Dark Souls 3 that I think is unfair, which is Father Ariandel and Sister Fried, which is in the DLC.
Yeah.
That's how you know my guy who has the scythe.
Yeah.
That's her weapon.
Oh.
So like I
okay.
had to beat her, but like I would say she's the hardest because she's like not fair. And like disclaimer, I've beaten her legit. Okay? I didn't beat her with a summon. Like I didn't summon any help or anything. I beat her
Legit.
multiple times legit. So
Okay.
like it's not like, oh, I'm a pussy bitch and I summon help and like then I beat her. Nah, I beat her legit and I still think she's not fair.
Damn.
Because the general complaint with her is she moves at the speed of Bloodborne, but you're playing Dark Souls 3.
Fuck. But the thing is, I was playing Bloodborne. Like, yeah, I get the speed difference, but does it really matter that much compared to those two games?
Well, because like in Bloodborne, you don't have a roll. You have like a dash. I mean, you have a roll, but you like kind of dash in directions, you know?
Yeah.
Where in Dark Souls, you're rolling around and shit. But she dashes around like a maniac. Like,
okay.
Like she'll literally dodge your shit by dashing around. So like one of the complaints is like in Dark Souls when you're fighting a boss or an enemy, when you dodge their attack, you want to roll towards them or like to stay close so that when they miss the attack, you're right on top of them so you can hit them.
Yeah, for
But this bitch, you could roll perfectly and end up right next to her and you'll be about to swing your sword and she just jumps away and it's like
what the fuck?
like you're like I literally so like there are certain strings of attacks that if you dodge them perfectly you just can't hit her. You just got to wait for the strings of attacks where you can hit her. So it's like
I can't wait for Elden
like if you get to her before Elden Ring comes out, like you're going to be stuck for at least like 4 hours because it took me 5 hours to beat her.
You know they're probably gonna come up with some shit like that in Elden Ring. There's probably gonna be some bosses where it's gonna be like so unfair. It's like what the fuck? Because if it's running the same mechanic, the same engine as Dark Souls 3, they're probably gonna come out with some bosses like, dude, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of shit that you could do for help in Elden Ring from like what the network test or the beta thing kind of showed. Because like in Dark Souls 3, if you want to summon help, you need to do the Ember thing. And then if someone puts their sign down, then you can summon them. But they have to initiate it.
Yeah.
Where in Elden Ring, there are spells that you could cast that just summon people.
But the thing is, I've read about that you can't do that when in a boss event. You can only, I think you can only do that
in some bosses.
Yeah, some bosses, but for most bosses, or the summoning thing is only if you're in a group. If like, for example, like there's some things where you can like, it's like when you invade a carriage with like a bunch of security, or if you're in a castle where like a bunch of enemy camps are. That is the only time where you can summon help. When it comes to like a boss fight, most boss fight, you ask for no help unless you're queuing with someone. So like if me and you are playing together, like the campaign, that's the only help we get. And if we're playing together, you can't summon. Period. I read about that. So if we're playing together, summoning is like no option because you already have a help. Why do you need more help? So I read about that, and I heard like they're making magic now more prevalent. Like actually,
they're making it good.
Yeah, unlike Dark Souls 3, where it's like fucking useless. So
in PvP, it's useless. It's easy mode if you're just fighting the bosses. It literally makes the game easy mode. And PvP, it's useless because like you could just dodge. You just roll.
Sure.
Or bosses, they don't like roll around and shit.
No, I got you.
Not like pigs. Like rolling in the mud and
yeah. I don't like pork. Yeah. No. You want to say something?
No.
You sure? Yeah.
I'm good.
All right. I think we should end it off there. I think that's the perfect ending.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Valorant. I mean, we just talked about esports.
We kind of talked about Valorant.
I mean, it's hard to just talk about like a weekly event. You could talk about it for like, it's not much.
10 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, the format seems fine. I'm just thinking it might take too long. Maybe just make it look like, maybe give them 2 games a week. Some teams 2 games a week, just to make like, instead of 6 a week, make it 4.
Yeah, I don't think they need 6. I think they could do it in like 2, if that.
I mean, yeah, I think 2 is too much. I think maybe 4. Make it some teams have to play like 2 games a week.
I mean, maybe they do it 6 weeks so that like more people have opportunities to see, because like, what days do they usually do it on?
It's usually Saturday, Sunday. I know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Exactly. Whereas if they were gonna do it in 2 weeks, they would have to do it like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and like viewership like on a fucking Tuesday afternoon. Not many people are gonna watch generally. So I mean, I guess that makes sense, but it's kind of whack.
I don't know. It's just I feel like it takes too long, but I understand maybe they're making it so like each game feels like it's an important game where like a lot of people are trying, because like for example, 100 Thieves at NRG, they started off as 0-1. It's like fuck. That week we start 0-1, we can't fuck up anymore.
Yeah.
We have to be in our A game next week, and then next week, and then each week can be like a shift change. Mm-hmm. So like C9 and a guard, they started off as 1-0. It's like, hey, okay, we did something right. Let's just, because you have to go against each team differently.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see how it is. It's gonna be interesting if Sentinels actually do qualify for Masters in the end, with them barely practicing. NA is fucked, in my opinion. NA is fucked if that's
C9
the case.
will pull through again.
No, we don't C9. Yes, C9 is going to qualify 100%. Like, if they don't qualify, that's crazy. Because they're actually our last hope. They're NA's last hope. It's fucking crazy. But who knows? All right, guys. We're going to end it there.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Love you guys.